This video is brought to you by Squarespace. This is the new Leica M EV1, and it's got a new feature in their M lineup that's so unique. They put it in a league of its own. It started a new branch, and that hasn't happened in 20 years. So that's kind of exciting. I'll get into that. It's got a price tag that's going to make you generate comments in my YouTube, because you always do when I bring up the price of the Leicas. I'm going to go over the specs, features, the build, and my first impressions. What are my first impressions? Well, first of all, I thought they forgot to put it in the box, and I had a little panic attack because it's pretty light. I thought it was just the charger and the lens, but the body is 30% lighter than the M11, so it still has that nice solid Leica feel with the good construction, but a little bit lighter. And also it's pretty simple. It's kind of like stripped down a little bit. It doesn't have the dial that the M11 has for the ISO, but it does have this little thumb wheel, so you're not really missing that. I love the classic styling of this camera. I think Leicas are so beautiful, and when I wear it when I'm going out, like, it always kind of just makes me happy. I love the way that they look and feel. So my general first impressions are good, but let's get into the heavy hitting stuff like the specs and the features. All right, we're walking in the rain, which reminds me there's not a ton of weather sealing on this, so I'm gonna put it in here, protecting my camera. Before I get into the specs and features, I'm gonna talk about this lens a little bit. It's the Summicron 20mm f2. I'm not gonna review the lens in this video. If you're interested, maybe I'll do that another time. But this is $5,775. So I don't want to talk about it, okay? All right, but let's get into the specs and features. This has 60 megapixels on a full frame sensor, but you can choose different megapixels. There's 3 different ones. You can go 60, 35, or 18. Let me make sure that's right. 36. Sorry, I was one off. The file format is DNG or JPEG. You can shoot both, and what's really cool is it has 64 gigs of internal memory, so you can write to your internal memory and your card, which I'm doing. I am doing my RAW files to my card and JPEGs to internal memory. So that's kind of helpful. And in fact, when I first picked it up, I was writing to internal memory and didn't realize it. I forgot I didn't put a card in because it was just taking pictures on that internal memory. That's kind of neat. It's only 64 gigs, but remember, you could go down to 18 megapixels with JPEGs, and then, you know, you're not going to fill it up that quickly, even though it's a 60 megapixel camera. It has a 4.5 frames per second burst rate, which is fine because this is an all manual focus camera. So like, what are you, Spider-Man? How fast can you manually focus? I guess if there's action within your focal plane, then you could catch it. Like 4.5 frames per second seems like plenty for this camera. Now let's talk about the feature that was added to this camera that makes it stand alone in its very own class within the M series, and that's that it has an electronic viewfinder. Typically, the M series Leica cameras have an optical viewfinder. It's been that way forever, but they changed it with this one. Now, some people might think that's a little controversial because it's a rangefinder camera, but I think it's just practical. And I went out and did a little research and talked to a whopping 2 Leica enthusiasts who both said that they really like this feature because it's going to help you focus. I'm going to get more into that when I use the camera and talk about the general usability, but I think that's a plus. You can punch in also so that you can see farther and focus easier. And the EVF is 5.76 million dots, and that's about the same as the Q3 for resolution. Now the back LCD is a touchscreen, which is really helpful and useful. I've been tapping that so that it knows where to punch in when I focus. It's 484 grams, and the price is, gotta do this again, $8,995 with a $5,775 lens. I'm afraid to get this wet because I can't afford to if Leica doesn't forgive me. This also has content authentication, so you can prove your photos aren't AI, and that's the first thing I set up when I got this camera, so I love that. Wow, that was the best picture I ever took in my life. I should put that on my Squarespace so everyone sees my best pictures first. I love my Squarespace. It's so affordable and easy to use, and you could have one too. That's my Squarespace plug. And I really mean it. If you want to try Squarespace, you can do it for 14 days with no credit card. You know, you don't have to pay and then remember to cancel. You just try it for 14 days. You drag and drop your pictures in. It looks beautiful. You can book clients, you can have galleries, you can sell your prints if you want to. It has a calendar on there if you have to book things. I mean, there's all sorts of plugins that are really great. I think you're gonna like it, and there's nothing to lose by trying it. If you use the coupon code Chelsea, it's gonna get you 10% off. And it's also gonna let Squarespace know that I'm doing a good job with my videos and I deserve to exist in the world. So try it out and tell me what you think. I love mine, so that's for real. I think you're gonna like a Squarespace. And this, if you wanna see behind the scenes a little bit, it's just us running underneath awnings to try to stay dry while we're filming. I gotta be outside. It's too boring to be inside all the time. Let's talk about the build of this camera and also the usability. Now, this is what I love about Leica cameras. The build is incredible. It's beautiful. It's solid. I hear people say sometimes they don't understand Leica, and you know what I think? You haven't shot with Leica because you're going to shoot with it and fall in love with it and you don't know why. It's like the person you fall in love with that doesn't look good on paper, but you're like, are they funny? Are they like cute? What's happening? It's charming. It's wonderful. It's fun to use and it's engaging. And especially because it's manual focus, you're just getting into the moment and you're fully engaged with your camera, having this beautiful tactile experience, and you get into your zone. You know what I mean? Your focus zone where the whole world kind of disappears and you're taking your pictures and loving them. That's the experience of a Leica camera. And Leica, if you didn't like that, I don't know who else is gonna do better. Okay, but anyway, let's check out the buttons, the dials, the features. Now, let's start in the front here. This typically would be to show what your frame was if you were shooting on a non-EVF, but instead they changed it so it's a function 1 and a function 2 button, which is really fun that they kept this like, you know, the typical button here, but for a different function, they reassigned it. If you flick it to the right like this, then it's going to do the red outline that shows you when your subject is in focus. And when you flick it to the left, it's going to do a digital zoom, which draws a new box to show you how cropped in your photo is so that you have a digital zoom of sorts. This takes off your lens. You don't want to accidentally press that. You've got your shutter button, your shutter speed. This back dial is your ISO dial. And then you have back and forth for where you're going to be focusing. It's not autofocus, but if you're going to punch in with this top button, it shows you where you're punching in so that you can focus. And then you see all the red lines are showing you what's in focus. And that's what makes the EVF really magical, is that you see what you get. And so if your vision is bad or even just normal like mine, it's helping you while you're manually focused see things. It's assisting you. And I really like to punch in. That's the good part about the usability there. Another thing I really like about this camera is that it's just so stripped down and simple, not only in its design, but its usability. You have 3 main buttons here: your play button, a function button, and your menu. And when you go into your menus, it's pretty short and limited. You don't have this ongoing menu system where you're like, I have no idea what's going on. One thing that's a little bit, I thought, not very intuitive that I wanted to show you is that when you go into your menus, if you want to do your film simulations, go into your main menu. You go all the way down to JPEG settings, and there you're going to find your film style. And you have vivid, natural, monochrome, and monochrome with high contrast. I like to actually shoot in monochrome so that I can see my black and white pictures as I'm taking them, and it gets my mind thinking in black and white, and that's really fun. But yeah, that's pretty much it. There's not a lot of buttons, and for me, that's a part of what makes it an immersive experience. So let's take some pictures and talk about the usability. I mentioned that this camera is 30% lighter than an M11, and that might not sound like a lot, but I've had it hanging on my neck all day and you don't even feel it. I forgot that it was there, and I've really been trying not to forget it's there because, as I said before, this setup is like $16,000 and I really don't want to forget it in a restaurant. So yeah. Let's talk about image quality. This has 60 megapixels. So I took a picture and then I zoomed in 400%, and look at this. What? That's really crazy. It almost seems fake, like in a movie when they're like, enhance, and then they do. The resolution just keeps coming. So you can shoot in 60 megapixels and you're gonna have enough resolution to, geez, how big of a print do you want? A billboard? Like, it's gonna be insane. But you can also, if you don't wanna deal with files that big, remember you have the 36 megapixel mode and the 18 megapixel mode, and 18 is still plenty, honestly. So you don't have to worry about that here. The image quality is beautiful. It looks really nice. I love the Leica look, and a lot of that has to do with this 28mm lens. So obviously it's going to depend which lens you put on it, but Leica has good glass, so how can you really go wrong? Let's talk about who this camera is for. Is it for you? Is it for me? It's definitely for me. I wish I could keep it. I can't. And you're gonna wish you had it too. And this is where it's controversial. You want me to say I don't like this camera because you don't want to spend this kind of money, but you're gonna like it. You should go try it out. I actually, one of the Leica people I talked to went to the Leica store and tried it and liked it a lot because it's fun. It has that simplicity with the usability of the EVF. So you get the fun of shooting in manual mode, but it's not so difficult that you're missing the shots you want. You're still getting those photos. You're still having the tactile experience, and you're getting resolution that's like more than you could ever need. It's really beautiful. This is definitely the camera for someone who is a photo like aficionado. You love the look of Leica. You want to carry a camera that's beautiful and stylish, rooted in a like timeless history. That's a big part of owning a Leica. And you also want that look of these beautiful pictures. So I want it, and I think that you might too. And I'm really sorry to break that news to you. If you want more reviews like this one, don't forget to subscribe, comment, engage. If you want me to review this 28mm lens, I guess I could do that, but let me know soon because I only have it for 2 weeks. And thanks for watching, and thank you Squarespace for making this video possible. Don't forget to check out Squarespace. I really do like it. It's easy to make a website, and they just look professional, simple, beautiful, and they have the versatility to do whatever you could possibly need to do with your website there. So check it out, squarespace.com/Chelsea, and use the coupon code Chelsea to get 10% off. That's CHELSEA. See you next time. Thanks.